Many chiropractors do not accept insurance. I have a bigger staff, bigger payroll, but I think when I have a car accident, I want to go to a doctor who handles the insurance. We do that at this office. So today's show is going to be all about car accidents, car insurance. Questions that people always have. I get so many Latinos who come here, they'll say, I had an accident 2 years ago. I didn't know my car insurance covered it. So go get a pizza and a glass of ice water. Let's sit down. Today we're going to talk all about car insurance and car accidents. Hi everybody, I'm Dr. John Dakinart. I'm the host of Let's Talk Chiropractic. I'm blessed. I never believed in chiropractors. I ruptured a disc playing soccer in high school. 3 years I went to medical doctors and never got any better. I opened my mind and my dad said, let's try chiropractic. It healed my disc. I've had 44 beautiful years of being the busiest chiropractor in this area. So out of passion and out of love for what I do, let's talk about car accidents now. You know, in my 44 years, if I have seen, thousands of people in car accidents, here's some stats. 5.5 car accidents in your lifetime. Therefore, you should not have limited tort. Buy full tort. Quote, I know I sound like an attorney right now, but I deal with a lot of attorneys in law cases. State minimum in Pennsylvania, $5,000 coverage. Minimum. It's not enough. Everybody these days wants to save money. You see it on TV, right? Switch to this car insurance and you'll save $600. When you talk to those agents, as I have, they'll give you the basic minimum. $5,000 coverage, limited tort. Then when you go to use that insurance, they say, why didn't my agent educate me that if I get full tort and I'm hit by somebody else in an accident, I could get money for my pain and suffering, loss of wages and things like that. So again, full tort, not limited tort. $5,000. Okay, I'm in a bad accident. I call an ambulance. $1,500 ride to the hospital. CAT scans, MRIs, x-rays. My $5,000 is gone. Now I want to see doctors to get better. Car insurance is exhausted. It's all used up. So then you got to use your private insurance. Private insurance doesn't cover a lot of different costs. So right now, I know I'm talking, my experience of 44 years, my point is I want you to get $25,000 minimum. In my family, we have it stacked. And if you talk to your car insurance person, that means if I'm in an accident and I run out of coverage, I could stack it with my wife and my kids. More insurance. I thank the Lord, I've never even used it. Though I pay extra money for full tort and more than the $5,000 minimum. Another statistic. 88% of people that are hit by somebody else seek medical care. Only 11% do it if they hit somebody. I think when you hit somebody, you sort of feel guilty that you, quote, caused the accident. But if you demolished your vehicle and you have a whiplash injury, I'll be very blunt here. If you call the car insurance and you claim an injury, your premium goes up if you caused the accident. So what do I see almost 5 times per week? 5 new car accident patients every week who were hit by somebody else. Because they did not cause the accident, their chiropractic bills are paid for by their car insurance, but their premiums do not go up because they were not the... So my point to you is, number one, if you were hit by somebody else in a car accident, I don't care if it's just I'm not talking a minor fender bender, but chiropractically, we call it the crash dynamics. The head has a G-force, so if there's $3,000 damage to the vehicle, my head snapped, my glasses flew back, but I went to the hospital, doc, no broken bones, no blood, I'm okay. Yeah, 2 years later, dizziness, migraines, all from the accident. So again, I love what I do. You should see a chiropractor. Your car insurance will pay for it. What if you caused the accident? John, I fell asleep at the wheel. I smashed into another vehicle. I demolished both cars. Those people don't go to doctors because they feel guilty that they fell asleep at the wheel. My advice to you then is still come to the chiropractor. Get that neck back in alignment. I'm here 44 years. How many people have said to me 20 years ago, I hit a tree on an icy road, I'm fine. 10 years later, they come back to me. John, my arms are going numb. I'm getting such headaches out of nowhere. I take x-rays, car accident injuries that were never treated for the past 10 years. So you got to just trust me. I tried getting people today to talk about their car injuries, but their attorneys didn't want them to talk about their accidents until their cases are settled. Go to a chiropractor who you can communicate with. Many chiropractors don't connect with you. They should ask you. Here's my questions. Tell me about your previous chiropractic experience. Doc, I was hurt by some chiropractor. This guy was so rough I saw stars. I don't want my neck cracked. It is important for me to ask those questions so that I can connect with you as a patient and explain to you that there's a more gentle, alternative ways. Some of you will say, no, I like the rougher adjustment. Then that's what I can give you. You need to explain to your treating chiropractor because it's different than just getting a pill from a medical doctor or a physical therapy script. Our technique packages could be either more aggressive or more gentle. Many people watching this show will say to me, I was traumatized 20 years ago by a chiropractor in New Jersey. Now that I moved to Hazleton, everybody says you're the busiest, you're the most gentle. So and it's a beautiful thing. They get off the table and I'll say, wow, I never thought chiropractic could be gentle and still get me feeling so much better. So we have to close the first segment pretty soon. But in conclusion, we're talking about if you were the cause of the accident or the result of a car accident. Call a chiropractor. If you're hit by somebody else, your car insurance will pay for chiropractic care. Get full tort. Try to get more than just $5,000 minimum coverage. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Let me give you a classic example. I like stories. A man came in to me maybe 60 years old. His arms were numb. Stiffness in his neck. So I asked him, tell me about your past injuries. Oh, no, nothing. No, I said, go back. I said, even 40 years ago, when I was 16, he goes, I was drinking a little bit and I slid on ice and I hit a tree and I demolished the vehicle. My head hit the windshield. And this is the classic story. But that was 44 years ago. He goes, that's not going to affect me now. Folks, I'm telling you, this beautiful body that God gave you, every injury, you could have been a 2-year-old child and falling off a couch, 5-year-old little boy, fall down the steps, 6-year-old girl, fall out of an apple tree. Those are the stories that I hear. So I take x-rays of this man who had numbness in his arms, full of arthritis, all fusions. I referred him for surgical consultation, to be honest with you. Him hitting that windshield with his head years ago in the car accident, because he never went to a chiropractor, now he's more of a surgical patient, in my opinion. So again, if you're watching this show and you're saying to yourself, I've had no recent car accidents, what about the older ones? Again, 5.5 accidents per lifetime. That's what us Americans go through. So that's why I want you to have full tort. I took special classes. I'm going to be very open here. Let's be transparent. Why did I get 5 referrals this past month from attorneys out of state? They go on my website. On my website, I put, there's a special report that I write, an 11-page report that has markers. And again, I'm going to talk legally to you. A marker. Car insurance will call you. They will say, hey, let's settle this claim for $4,000, okay? Some people need that $4,000. I tell a patient, don't settle anything. Choose your own attorney. But a marker is, for example, I tell my patients, keep a daily diary and every day add 10 more things to that. How has this accident affected you? A woman came in yesterday. She can't sleep that well. She has difficulty doing any chores around the house. She missed about 3 weeks of work. All of those markers are important for the attorney, and I'll be blunt, to get you financial settlement and the attorney to get his 40%. My goal as a healer is to heal you. But again, if I was the patient, I want to go to a chiropractor who's also knowledgeable of the legal. So the legal world says, let's refer them to this chiropractor because number one, he gets good results, he gets people better. But number two, he knows how to write reports. He took special courses to write a good report so that it helps the attorney then to document that there's 15 diagnoses here, not just 2 or 3. So I'm a man that is not afraid to go the extra mile to not only get you better. Here's one quick story. I had a girl referred to me. She moved from California. Her California attorney, I guess, checked my website, told her to come here. I adjusted her. She was seeing a chiropractor in California. She comes in on her second visit. She said, I saw this chiropractor in California 27 visits. I felt no better. In one visit, my headaches and my right sciatica is already improving. She said, I'm not coming back. And I said, why? She goes, if you get me better, I'm going to get less of a settlement. And that's what I said to her. My goal is to, number one, heal you. I said, I would have written you a report to help get you proper settlement. But my main goal in life, I'll be honest, folks, the Bible has taught me money comes and goes. It flees like wings of a bird. So let's get you proper settlement if you have injuries. But I'm an honest person. I do not exaggerate or tell lies to the car insurance. My main goal is to get you healthy, get you back to work, get you back to a normal functioning life with your family members. But I know how to document these markers. Any attorney will say, wow, so the markers, maybe there's 100 markers. PTSD, dizzy spells, lack of appetite, multiple things that can happen after these car accidents. How has this emotionally affected this person? Not just, these car insurance. I just did a deposition last week with an attorney. They're always saying to me, isn't it just a soft tissue sprain strain? These car insurances, they do not want to pay, and I'll be blunt, they don't want to pay you settlement. I've paid 40 years into my car insurance. If someone demolishes my vehicle and I have a whiplash injury that causes what we call laxity of ligaments, which will cause arthritis in my future, I think it's only right that your doctor is educated in legal terms who can heal you physically, but then write a report. Because after 40 years of paying, with my kids, I probably pay $10,000 a year to my car insurance company. So if ever we have a significant injury, I want to get compensation. I almost want to get, repay me back for all the 40 years that I paid into this insurance. So again, I'm intermingling stories of chiropractic care with chiropractic adjustments, with also insurance. Because many people, they ask me, do I have to be referred to you by my medical doctor? No. Do I have to call the car insurance company? No. Right after an accident, come right to the chiropractor. If I see that you have a terrible injury, we'll send you for CAT scans, MRIs, or orthopedic evaluations. But many people go through all of that stuff, and we're going to talk on the next segment now about what the normal treatment has been for car accidents and how I'm suggesting maybe there's a better way. So let's take a little break, come back for the last segment. Hey everybody, again, I thank you for your time. I think time is a valuable gift from God, so thank you for watching today's show. I try to make it valuable and interesting for all of you. 44 years, a great profession God has given me. I hope, in fact, I'll be blunt, today's my 67th birthday. I hope I get 20 more years. I'll cut back as I get older. I travel with my wife and kids, but I love interacting and helping people. Let's talk about what I see all the time. Person's in a car accident. They go to the ER. Maybe they get an ambulance ride. Maybe a friend takes them, and that's fine with me. They go to the ER, x-rays, CAT scans. CAT scan is to make sure there's no brain bleeds in your brain, which is important if there's a bad head trauma. X-rays, no fractures. Always they're told, no brain bleeds, no fractures, but I'm still hurting. Go to your family doctor. So they go to their family doctor. He gives them painkillers, Tylenol, Motrin, Advil, maybe muscle relaxants. They're still hurting. He'll write a script, physical therapy. It's soft tissue damage, right? It's just muscular. So they go to physical therapy. 2-3 times a week, 2, 3, 4 months. They still hurt. They finally come to me 6 months after the accident. By then, their car insurance is almost all used up because they had x-rays, CAT scans, medications, physical therapies, $300 a visit, 2 to 3 times a week. They come to me, I look at the x-rays and I show them. A normal x-ray has a curve. Let's just talk about the neck. There's a lordotic certain curve to the neck. The whiplash that they sustained took away their curve. I need to gently restore the vertebrae back to proper alignment. So now patients come to me on their second accident. They'll say, John, a man hit me from behind. Here's what I hear all the time. I'm at a red light, a stop sign, and the guy was texting, probably didn't even brake, smashed me 50 miles an hour, demolished both vehicles. That person has more than just soft tissue injury. That person has misalignments due to whiplash. We see those people twice a week for 4 months. It takes that long to gradually, gently adjust the spine. They get massage therapy. So we give them physical therapy along with the adjustments. And it is a beautiful thing when they say, John, the first accident, I went to the ER, painkillers, physical therapy, felt no better. This second accident, 7 years later, I came right to you. You have x-rays here on site. You referred me for an MRI. You adjusted me. You massaged me. After 4 months, we took another x-ray. We wanted to see that the curve was restored. Patient feels great. So now they say to me, I'm going to come here first. So I'm challenging your way of thinking. If ever you or a loved one is in a car accident, if it's really terrible, take an ambulance, go to the hospital, get x-rays at the hospital, make sure there is no brain bleeds. But if it's your standard, no broken bones, no blood, car is demolished or $5,000 damage, come here first. Get your spine adjusted first. If you then need physical therapy, I refer always. We have so many referrals with local doctors and physical therapists, even neurologists. Don't be afraid to talk to the chiropractor though. Because here's what I've seen. You go to a chiropractor who's too rough. And I'm not afraid to talk about this closet kind of stuff. Patients will say to me, my chiropractor said to me, he's going to crack everything. My elbows, my shoulders, my toes, my fingers. And then when we got to my neck, I was so hurtful. I was afraid to tell him, so I just never went back again. That's what I'm told probably 5 times a week. If you need and want a more physical adjustment, tell the chiropractor. But if you are afraid and you've been hurt and you want a more gentle, let's say you have Curare syndrome, or you might have herniated discs or open heart surgery. There's so many other factors that a chiropractor consider to say this. I had a guy yesterday, numbness in his arm, he's going to Bermuda. Doc, just crack my neck like they did 30, 50 years ago. I said, no, you're in your 80s. You probably have arthritic degeneration. I said, go to Bermuda. When you come back, we're going to very gently unpinch this nerve. So talk to your chiropractor. Tell him I was in a car accident. I'm coming to you. I'll give you the claim number that I reported it to my car insurance. Here's my claim number. The chiropractor takes a history. I write up a report. We send it to the car insurance. They cover for, I give them monthly progress reports. Patient can sleep better. Neck mobility is improving. Headaches are 30% less. And 4, 5, 6 months later, patient's better. And if they have some permanent injuries, then I write my long reports for these attorneys. I'm not against, these good Christian people say to me, John, I know you love the Lord, but I got whacked from behind. I couldn't go to work. I said, hey, there's nothing wrong with hiring an attorney. You're not suing that person. That's what car insurance is all about. If you have pain and suffering, it's my job to heal you, but also my job to document it, to get these markers in my reports to these attorneys. So it is exciting now. Attorneys all over the country referring people to me. They don't even know me, but they're checking out my website. They saw that I took these special courses to write better reports for you. I'm a better chiropractor now than I was 30 years ago. Physically, mentally, but even educationally. It takes decades to get experience with degenerated discs and spurs, and it's an art of when to do a little bit more with a patient, when to do a little bit less. So that's where my wife laughs at me, but I do not want to ever retire. You gain more knowledge the older I get, so I'm going to try to take care of this body, keep working and helping people. So in conclusion, this is the time of the year. Watch the news. So many people now are traveling for the 4th of July. More cars on the highways than ever before. Unfortunately, it means more car accidents. So always wear a seatbelt. My advice, leave early, drive slower. It gives you a little bit more reaction time. I had a woman in last week. She's sitting in her vehicle at a red light. The car behind her all of a sudden pulls over to the side of her. And by the time she realized that, she looked in the rearview and a truck smashes into the back of her. So that car saw that truck coming. And I'll be honest, especially in the wintertime, if you are stopped at a stop sign or a red light, you keep your eye on your rearview mirror. So many accidents are from behind. Do what this other person did. Get out of the way. Get out of the way if people are texting. They're not going to tell the cops this, but they're texting, they're not paying attention, and all you need is a split second to hit somebody 50 miles an hour. In conclusion, I love what I do. If you're in a car accident even 50 years ago, get to a chiropractor. Let's see if you can get better now. Get to a chiropractor who listens to you and writes proper documentation to give the attorney the information he needs to get you a proper settlement. Thank you for your time. Enjoy your summer.